Test, test. Test one, two. Test one, two.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 67th commencement ceremony for the Cedar Cliff High School class of 2026. I ask now that you please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices, and please remember to turn off the flash. Pictures and videos are allowed. At this time, I ask you all that you please rise for the presentation of the colors and the singing of our national anthem, which will be performed by our Cedar Cliff Chamber Singers. Please be seated. It is my pleasure to welcome you all, administrators, the Board of School Directors, faculty, staff, friends, family, and the class of 2026 to the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex for the 2026 Cedar Cliff High School commencement ceremony. I would also like to give a special welcome to the people who, without them, this ceremony would be impossible. Firstly, the West Shore School District Admin Team, Principal Post, and our senior advisors, Mrs. Schaub and Mrs. Higgins. Thank you for all of your hard work and dedication to our senior class. My name is Jackson Griswold, and I am honored to be your Master of Ceremonies. Welcome to our celebration. Today, my job is simple. Keep the energy up, keep things moving, and make sure we all enjoy this day the way we should. Now, let's pause for a moment here. I would like to ask you all to take a look around. Look at your friends and look at your peers. This is what 4 years of hard work, growth, and a lot of memories looks like, all in one room. From early mornings when the hallway lights still felt too bright, to rushing through assignments that were due at 11:59 that got done at 11:58. From fixing schedules to find your friends, to sitting in classes where time moved either way too fast or not at all. We've all made it to this moment together, and that, my friends, is something worth celebrating. High school isn't really a collection of separate days or isolated events. It's more like a long-distance run that you start without fully realizing where the trail is going to take you. It's not a single sprint, and it's not a finish line you can point to early on, but something extended with its own rhythm, uneven ground, and so many unexpected turns. At the beginning, everything feels new in a very literal sense. You're aware of every detail, finding your classes without getting lost, trying to stuff your backpack full of papers, and figuring out where you're supposed to stand in the lunch line so you don't wait all of 4A for lunch. It's like the first stretch of a run where you're still adjusting your stride, figuring out how much energy to spend to stay steady. Even things like raising your hand, joining a team, or figuring out where you belong feel like decisions you're super aware of. But then it all changes. Somewhere along the way, everything shifts. You stop thinking about every hallway and every bell because 1 minute you're taking a test in Mr. Wyant's class, and a few minutes later, you're doing the pacer test with Mr. Lebo. You recognize patterns, not just in school, but in yourself. You know which teachers expect what work, which nights are going to turn into late ones, and which group chats are going to blow up right before a project is due. And what's interesting is that no one runs it in the same way. Some people's efforts seem effortless early on, always ahead, always organized, and then they hit stretches where it gets harder. Some start out uncertain, and then, somewhere along the way, they find their stride and surprise everyone, including themselves. And a very special congratulations to the ones who didn't think they could make it, but did. This run wasn't always about one aspect of our lives. We all enjoyed what we focused on, whether it was academics, athletics, or art. We all got through our runs in different ways, whether it was with a stick of gum in class, music, art, or volunteering. Some stay steady in a way that's serene, but consistent the whole way through. While you are sitting here today, you are not at the finish line. This high school graduation doesn't mean we have reached the end of our trail. It's more like reaching a point in the run where the terrain changes yet again. You become more aware that what comes next is going to require a different kind of effort and a different kind of attention. It's less about learning how to start and more about learning how to carry what you've already picked up while letting go of what is no longer needed. I also want to acknowledge all of those on the sidelines, everyone who's been part of keeping the course steady while we ran it. And now, as we move forward today and push the class of 2026 onward to new horizons, where we can continue to enjoy our run, just stay with each moment as it comes. Not ahead of it, not behind it, just present in the part of the path we are on right now. The path that leads across this floor and on to further frontiers. So with that, let us begin our senior celebration. Congratulations, class of 2026. It is now my pleasure to introduce the district administration seated on the platform. Dr. Todd Stoltz, Superintendent of Schools. And with the rest of the cabinet and administrative team of the district, please stand to be recognized. I would also like to recognize the Board of School Directors seated here on the platform. Mr. Brian Geistwhite, President of the School Board. Additionally, I invite the rest of the West Shore School Board to rise to be recognized. Thank you all for your presence today and your involvement in this ceremony. The teachers in attendance today have been by our side, pushing us to succeed. It is a privilege to have them here to support us one last time as we celebrate our graduation. I ask that all Cedar Cliff High School teachers present today to please stand as we recognize them for their dedication to their students and for creating a strong foundation for us all. Without their devotion in their classrooms, none of this would have been possible. I am sincere when I say thank you. Our next speaker today will be heading to the University of California, Irvine to study biomechanical engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your salutatorian, John Hartman.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our administrators, school board members, faculty, staff, families, and fellow graduates. On behalf of the class of 2026, I am honored to speak with you today. To my classmates, congratulations. Every one of you has worked hard to reach this moment. I've been a fan of Greek mythology since I was in elementary school. I can still remember checking out The Lightning Thief for the very first time from the library. At the time, I just liked the monsters, gods, and heroes. But looking back, I realized that in many of those stories, there is a lesson that comes too late. A classic example of this is the story of Icarus. Daedalus, Icarus' father, made wings out of feathers and wax so they could escape the island of Crete, where they were trapped. Before they left, Daedalus warned Icarus not to fly too low, where the sea would weigh down his wings, or too high, where the sun would melt the wax on his wings. But once they were in the air, Icarus, feeling the sun on his back and the wind across his face, climbed higher and higher, forgetting his father's warning. To Daedalus' horror, the wax melted, the feathers came loose, and Icarus fell into the sea. Now, many people remember the story of Icarus as a warning against pride or hubris, but I think it also shows how easy it is to mistake guidance for limitation. Icarus may have felt that his father's warning was holding him back, when really, it was meant to protect him. In a way, graduation is our own moment before flight. Today and in the years ahead, we will receive advice from people who have stood where we are standing now. Most of the time, they are not trying to limit us. They are trying to help us avoid mistakes they have already seen, made, or learned from. But it's easy to take advice as criticism, even when it's meant to help. Sometimes we think we have it figured out, only for someone to tell us to slow down, think, and try again. Anyone who had to verify trig identities or learn stoichiometry knows this all too well. Even though it might have felt like they were being nitpicky, they were teaching us to slow down, pay attention, and not quit the second something got frustrating. They weren't making us stare at the same problem for 30 minutes just to waste our time. They were teaching us how to work through frustration instead of avoiding it. Icarus didn't fall because his father wanted to limit him. He fell because he mistook protection for restriction. Daedalus had something Icarus didn't: experience. As graduates, we are ready to make our own choices, but that doesn't mean we have to pretend we have every answer. The people who helped us get us here have seen things we have not, and listening to them does not make our flight any less our own. Over these last few months, many of us have made one of the biggest decisions of our lives so far. And while each of us had to make that choice for ourselves, none of us made it completely alone. Our decisions were shaped by our own experiences, but also by the people who challenged us, questioned us, encouraged us, and reminded us to think beyond the moment. That doesn't mean they chose for us. It means they helped us see the choices more clearly. In an acceptance speech, Brad Pitt quoted James Norbury's book, Big Panda and Tiny Dragon. In the story, the big panda asks, which is more important, the journey or the destination? The tiny dragon then replies, the company. As we leave today, each of us begins a flight of our own, but the people we listen to, learn from, and surround ourselves with will shape both the journey and the destination. The right company will not always tell us what we want to hear. Sometimes they will challenge us, question us, and remind us to think before we fly too close to the sun. No one wants to repeat Icarus' mistake, and no one wants to stand by while someone they care about learns a lesson too late. But the lesson of Icarus is not that we should be afraid to fly. If Daedalus and Icarus had played it safe, they would have never left Crete. Growth requires risk, and we should not be afraid to take chances. We just have to remember that taking risks does not mean ignoring those trying to help us stay in the air. So, to my fellow graduates, let's listen to those who have stood where we are standing now. And to those guiding us, keep sharing what you have learned. Your experience may be the warning, encouragement, or perspective someone else needs before beginning a flight of their own. Class of 2026. May we fly high, listen well, and remember those who helped build our wings. Thank you.
Thank you, John. This year's valedictorian plans to study biochemistry at the University of Virginia. Please welcome your valedictorian, Leah Rosignolo.
Good afternoon, Board of Directors, administrators, family, and the class of 2026. As many of you can relate, I've spent these last few weeks reflecting on my time at Cedar Cliff, and today I would like to share a camping story. In August of 2024, the field hockey team was embarking on their annual preseason camping trip. Some of you may remember, at that exact same time, remnants of Hurricane Debbie were swirling their way up the coast towards central PA. The rain was already starting to trickle down as we drove south on Interstate 81 to Pine Grove Furnace. I spent the entirety of my drive thinking, are we seriously about to camp in the rain? I don't even like camping to begin with, but sure enough, that is exactly what we were about to do. The team was drenched within the first hour after setting up our tents, and we still had 2 more days to endure. My mindset was only getting worse by the minute. I felt defeated, knowing nothing I brought or wore would be kept dry. I was getting increasingly annoyed that we went on this trip despite the weather. And I was accumulating a long list of things I would rather be doing, which was essentially anything but camping. Meanwhile, Weaver was eating Doritos while starting a fire with the dry wood he had packed. The night crawled by as we huddled in our tents and watched the water pour in. When morning finally arrived, we gathered for the best circle talk we've had in all my years. For those of you who have never witnessed a field hockey circle talk, they are normally long and used to positively recognize a teammate or address any issues and tensions within the team. That morning, the circle talk was short. The mood and mindset shifted to pure relief. We were going home. The field hockey team scurried around, moving faster packing up the campground than we ever did in a timed mile test. Sorry, Weaver. So quick camping tip. Don't go camping in a hurricane, ever. But if you do, take Weaver with you. As I reflect and look for perspective on this experience, it reminds me of wise words from famous author and poet Maya Angelou. If you can't change something, change your attitude. These words can serve as a compass for our future endeavors. But our class is about more than just surviving the rain. We are also here today because of the sunny days we've created together. Let's celebrate what we've achieved, breaking school track records, winning a state championship title, making it to states for choir, and winning scholastic writing awards, and so much more. These aren't just line items on a resume. They are proof of what happens when a group of people decides to bring a winning attitude to everything they do. However, none of us reach this stage alone. To our parents, grandparents, and friends, thank you for being our umbrellas when we were just trying to stay dry. To our teachers and administrators, thank you for giving us the map and the tools we needed to navigate these storms. We are here because you believed in us, even when we were just trying to get by and stay dry. Circling back to Maya Angelou's wisdom on perspective and attitude, I couldn't change my camping situation back at Pine Grove Furnace. There was no stopping the rainfall or leaving the campground, but I had the power to choose how I reacted to my circumstances. It would have been easy to enjoy a sunny campground, But the power of choice that sets us apart is choosing to find sun on the cloudiest of days. We are all entitled to our own feelings, but we get to dictate our actions and reactions. We have a choice. We can sulk in the mud or use the mud as a slip and slide. As we enter these new chapters in our lives, we are all going to have our own flooded tent moments. Whether that is while attending a college or university, entering the workforce, or serving our country. Maybe it's the first time you feel homesick, or the first day you walk into a job where you don't know a single soul. Our natural instinct may be to let our mindset plummet, just like mine did in the rain, but that is exactly when we have to remember our situation is fixed, but our response is flexible. We will all walk away from experiences remembering the trying times over the ones that ran smoothly. And those challenges are the ones that blossom into our most memorable stories. We will all face moments where things don't go as planned, and in these moments, nothing will matter as much as our perspective. So when the rain starts to fall, you have an important decision to make. What will your attitude be? I encourage everyone here to reflect on past moments as I offer this advice. Choose your attitude, be open-minded, grow from your experiences, and lean on the people that love you when you can't see the sun through the clouds. Thank you.
Thank you, Leah. At this point in our ceremony, I call forward Mrs. Jennifer Post, Cedar Cliff Principal, and Mr. Patrick Tierney, Senior Class Guidance Counselor, who will recognize those who received senior awards this year.
Good afternoon. It is our pleasure to announce the department award winners from the class of 2026. Please hold your applause until all are read. Graduates, please rise as your name is announced and continue standing until all names are read. Art Award, Quinn Connor. Band Director Instrumental Music Award, Zachary Lazaration. Business Award, Linda Algabari. Cooperative Education Award, Simone Cocotte. Director's Award for Choral Singer, Kendall Kramer. Director's Award for Orchestra, Corinne Arnold. English Award, Julia Cochran. English Language Development Award, Brian Artuf. Glenn K. Winslow Memorial Award, Addison Bogman. Health and Physical Education Award, Madison Uzelak, Ella Berry.
Mathematics Award, Tucker Kaufman. National School Choral Award, Eva Dixon. National School Orchestra Award, Aidan Doherty. Outstanding Athletes, Jillian McIntyre and William Coker. Pathway Internship Award, Destiny Huntley. Science Award, John Hartman. Social Studies Awards, Zuriab Eljak and Jonah Martin. Technical Education Award, Tyler Clark. Theater Arts Award, Kendall Kramer. World Language Award, Greta Harkreeder. Aquaponics Award, William Coker. Please join me in congratulating all of our award recipients. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Jennifer Post for the presentation of the class of 2026.
Good afternoon. As I prepared for today, I remembered a song from my youth called "Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen." It was originally written by Buzz Luhrmann as a graduation speech, and later it was turned into a popular song. It offered all kinds of life advice, but the line everyone remembers today is "wear sunscreen." That made me ask myself, what advice do I want to give to the class of 2026? After many revisions, I landed on this: do not let others define your happiness. Now you may be wondering, what exactly does that mean? Let me give you a few examples. When I meet new people and tell them I am a high school principal, inevitably most of them cringe, and then they ask me how I stay sane. My response is always the same. 95% of my students are wonderful young adults. The other 5%, they just needed a little bit more guidance to find their path. But ultimately, all of you found success, or you would not be sitting here today. I also tell people I love working with students. Your optimism is infectious. It reminds me not to become cynical like so many adults. While I might be skeptical that every single one of you will be the next TikTok influencer or the next NFL breakout star, I truly love hearing your dreams and ambitions. You are full of energy, hope, and excitement about your journey ahead. Do not let anyone tell you what success should look like for your life. Whatever your definition of success may be, chart your own path. Do not let others define your happiness. Pursuing your happiness may not always be easy. As you begin this next chapter, understand that learning often comes from failure. You will not succeed at every first try. Just ask that brave parent who gave you your first behind-the-wheel driving lesson. Trust me, you were not experts that first time. In fact, some of your parents are probably still recovering from that experience. And based upon a few parking jobs I've seen this year, some of you are still figuring it out. But that's okay. No one expects perfection from you immediately. Grow from your mistakes. Rise stronger and wiser than before. Do not allow setbacks or criticism to derail your ambitions. If you are willing to work hard and be resilient, you can achieve remarkable things. Your graduation tonight is proof of that. Ignore the doubters. Do not let others define your happiness. One of your biggest challenges in life you will face is the tendency to compare yourself to others. Individuals rarely showcase their failures, disappointments, or struggles behind their success. And society's definition of success and beauty is often nothing more than a social construct, not a universal truth. Be careful what standards you choose to measure yourself against. Comparing yourself to unrealistic expectations or curated media will only leave you feel lacking. Recognize that who you are is enough already. Be yourself, authentically and unapologetically, because the moment you start living for someone else's approval is the moment you stop living for yourself. Do not let others define your happiness. Finally, I would be remiss if I did not make a shameless pitch for West Shore in my speech when discussing happiness. Remember that happiness often comes from places you least expect. Sometimes it comes from giving back. Ask your classmates about the joy they found helping elementary students this year, or those of you who coached youth sports. Looking back, Many West Shore graduates invested their time in helping you grow and succeed. They did it because there is fulfillment in helping to make someone else's life better. One day, you may discover that some of your greatest happiness comes not from what you achieve personally, but from what you give to others. Do not let someone else's naysaying close the door on what could become one of the most meaningful experiences in your life. West Shore will always welcome you back to help teach, coach, or mentor the next generation of students so that they too can achieve their dreams. Remember, once a Colt, always a Colt. Do not let others define your happiness. Class of 2026, I could not be more excited for you and your journey ahead. Be you, chart your own path, and keep dreaming. Do not let others define your happiness. And remember, wear sunscreen. Class of 2026, congratulations. With that, I present the 2026 Cedar Cliff High School graduating class to Dr. Stoltz and Mr. Brian Geiswhite as I declare these graduates of the class of 2026 have met all requirements for graduation as outlined by West Shore School District policy and criteria set forth by the Pennsylvania Department of Education, including required subjects and total credits. They are therefore entitled to receive a Cedar Cliff High School diploma from the West Shore School District. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Stoltz to the podium to accept the class of 2026.
Welcome, Cedar Cliff class of 2026. Today is a celebration of your achievements, your perseverance, and the countless ways you have represented your school and community with pride. Along the way, you've built friendships, created memories, faced challenges, and reached an important milestone that brings us together this afternoon. As you sit here today, you may be feeling a mix of emotions: excitement about the future, pride in how far you have come, and maybe even some uncertainty about what lies ahead. That is completely normal. Over the years, many of you have distinguished yourselves in the classroom, on the stage, on the field, in service to others, and through the leadership and character you have shown every day. We are incredibly proud of all that you have accomplished. No matter what path comes next for you, whether you're employed, enlisted, or enrolled, each of you leaves Cedar Cliff with experiences, lessons, and relationships that will help guide you forward. While your futures may look different from one another, you all share the ability to make a meaningful impact wherever life takes you. And with that in mind, and in the spirit of John's words today, I offer you this simple but important piece of advice. And this is something I've given every year to the graduating class because I believe it to be true. Set goals. Set goals and make a plan to achieve them. Whether it's landing your first job, being promoted, pursuing more education, earning more money, buying a new vehicle, if you don't have a target, you'll never hit it. Beyond setting goals, find things that you love, that you feel passionate about. I've got to deviate from what I normally have scripted here and just say we have numerous student support specialists in this audience here tonight, audience of graduates, that is. Students who have worked in our classrooms, gotten an experience, a taste of what it might be like to be a teacher or a paraprofessional for the school district. So I'm going to make the shameless plug that in 4 years from now, or maybe sooner, I'd like to be welcoming some of you as employees to the district and future educators. The passion for what you do will feed your soul and help you overcome challenges, setbacks, and failures, and give you hope for a better tomorrow. Class of 2026, it is abundantly clear that people value living and raising a family in the West Shore community and everything that it has to offer. So this afternoon, I'd like to ask, if you are a West Shore alumni, would you please stand to be recognized? So without any further ado, Mrs. Post, it gives me great pleasure as the superintendent and appointed representative of the Board of School Directors of the West Shore School District to accept the list of graduating seniors for 2026 from Cedar Cliff High School. I do hereby certify and affirm in the presence of all assembled that each individual has met or exceeded the requirements for graduation set forth by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the West Shore School District and is ready to receive his or her diploma. I am pleased to present the graduating class of 2026 to the parents, family, friends, alumni, and community and offer them our best wishes for happiness and fulfillment as they pursue their future endeavors. Congratulations.
After 13 years of education, we celebrate this milestone together. Will the graduates please rise? Our educational course at Cedar Cliff High School is now concluded, and to symbolize the completion of our high school careers, the end of a very important step in our lives, and the introduction of a new one, I now ask that all graduates follow my lead. I ask now that you all please receive your diplomas. Please be seated.
Linda K. Algobari.
Taylor O. James.
Ashley C. Rogers.
Sienna D. Johnson.
Madison R. Uzelac.
Isaiah D. Jones.
Olivia M. Arnwine.
Max K. Jones.
Warren C. Bizard.
Jackson W. Judy.
Eva M. Dixon.
Lila M. Kircher.
Lydia E. Har.
Macy R. Can.
Jubilee E. Henry.
Tucker J. Kaufman.
Catherine S. Coker.
Kira Sage E. Keller.
William C. Colas.
Michaela E. Kelly.
Kendall L. Kramer.
Griffin M. King.
Allison H. Armstrong.
Morelia G. King.
Dana H. Abu Ayad.
Tyler J. Klinger.
Chase A. Ackrey.
William C. Coker.
Mohammed E. Ahmed.
Carter A. Core.
Daniel K. Alau.
Simone R. Kokot.
David T. Alau.
Jayla Kunavats.
Maya M. Alashire.
Eric Kwan.
Hassan A. Ali.
Ethan Laudenbach.
Corin S. Arnold.
Elena M. Lawrence.
Quinn C. Connor.
Elia R. Lazaration.
Greta L. Harkreader.
Zachary J. Lazaration.
Taylor L. Manos.
Evelyn Jade Leibowitz.
Addison L. Minnick.
Emmett R. Longenecker.
Dominic J. Allen.
Christopher S. Lopez.
Zechariah I. Ali.
Chloe M. Ludwig.
Owen J. Anastasi.
Nicholas Lee.
Aiden M. Arias.
Josiah C. Lynch.
Jolie R. Armour.
Antonio Machin.
Anthony J. M. Arzon.
Jillian A. McIntyre.
Jaden D. Arroyo.
Julius J. McIntyre.
Samantha L. Shoup.
Emma M. Madden.
Liliana L. Vogelsong.
Aubrey R. Mankowski.
Caitlin E. Young.
Vaughn W. Manlove.
Avery J. Zappi.
Jury D. Maria Diaz.
Lillian M. Asper.
Jonah W. Martin.
Ryan Atoof.
Sair N. Martin.
Sufyan Azomat.
Kira L. Massey.
Aiden P. Bahadur.
Isaac W. Masshart.
Liam S. Barber.
Saeed Sefi Modudi.
Landon C. Barton.
Jacqueline E. McCarran.
Addison N. Bachman.
Jalen G. McGee.
Keegan N. Beeden.
Cameron R. Melhorn.
Samantha I. Beaver.
Chibamim D. Michael.
Safwan Bendu.
Morgan E. Mickle.
Olivia C. Stark-Blosser.
Chase W. Miller.
Bridget R. Burnau.
Jaden A. Miller.
Ella L. Berry.
Mason M. Miller.
Carlos Basali.
Shina M. Million.
Michael G. Boblick.
Carly A. Minium.
Preston J. Bogdan.
Zachary A. Minnick.
Jack E. Bowerman.
Safi Mitchell.
James D. Brown III.
Rania Mohammed.
Davion C. Butler.
Ahmad Mohammed Keel.
Thomas D. Calderon.
Chase S. P. Moore.
Nolan S. L. Chavez.
Ella E. Mowry.
Caitlin A. Chittister.
Elijah Croft.
Emily R. Chittister.
Kiara K. Munoz Bredo.
Riley E. Christensen.
Joseph J. Maya.
Anderson D. Christie.
Catherine L. Myers.
Tyler J. Clark.
Michael H. Myers III.
Julia E. Cochran.
Natalie M. Nawa.
Dominic L. Cofield.
Shabnam Nazari.
Annabelle S. H. Cole.
Elizabeth M. Nelson.
Wesley J. Cole.
Eiley E. Nentwig.
Willow M. Cole.
Alex M. Otero.
Christian J. Collette.
Maria I. Parks.
Sofia N. Concepcion Delbray.
Kian G. Parson.
Natera B. Cooley Humphrey.
Sullivan R. Perez.
Clayton O. Crockett.
Haley Pick.
Sean E. Crow.
Ava P. Rierick.
Cristel D. Cruz Melendez.
Caleb M. Reed.
Raymond A. D'Ambrosio.
Joshua T. Reed.
Sasha M. Daisley.
Drake X. Reed.
Rolando Dana.
Araya L. Riley.
Salvador M. Davila Cruz.
Miley R. Vitalik.
Natalie Davis.
Chimere A. Richardson.
Aiden L. Dean.
Isabella N. Robinson.
Valerie D. Del Muro.
Susie I. Rowe.
Malachi D. Derrickson.
Caden J. Ronimus Sansone.
Edwil Diaz Villalongo.
Yusmeidi Alismar Rosales Molina.
Juliana E. DiCello.
Mason D. Ross.
Irel Dickey.
Colton L. Ruby.
Taryn R. Dollins.
Glenn A. Rudy.
Sophia G. Dorman.
Marissa E. Sadler.
Jalia Z. Dotz.
Jenna G. Sadowski.
Aiden G. Doherty.
Nora Sadraf.
Kane Josiah Kingston Dow.
Jaslyn M. Santiago.
Travis H. Drake.
Kaylani J. Santos.
Wyatt J. Easton.
Evan W. Shriver.
John L. Eisenhower.
Ian D. Semke.
Callie E. Eisenhower.
Elise D. Sengos.
Leighton X. Elakra.
Maya E. Schaefer.
Aya Ilhadis.
Olivia M. Shuey.
Zuryab I. Eljak.
Natalie M. Schultz.
Saeed E. Elnor.
Claire J. Simcox.
Samantha A. Amy.
Kale A. Skorka.
Tyler H. Emig.
Karsten M. Skorka.
Ethan M. Epley.
Maya L. Seabridge.
Jesus A. Espinal.
Ellie J. Smith.
Riley Q. Estrite.
Olivia M. Sola.
Nick A. Evaristo Estrada.
Zoe R. Stamen.
Paul Fichenko.
Bailey O. Stevens.
Alexandra M. Falchik.
Al-Qadir M. Y. Suleiman.
Cadence O. Fanning.
Cameron D. Sunday.
Kara G. Farmery.
Dora M. Sepko.
Francis E. Figueroa Ortiz.
Cameron M. Swartz.
Kaylee K. Flinchbaugh.
Shia Tamang.
Brianna N. Foltz.
Maria Tang.
Dakota M. Foltz.
Nicholas A. Toto.
Gabriel H. Foltz.
Vance C. Taylor.
Jada N. Ford.
Anaya C. Thompson.
Akaden M. Francis.
Jamie L. Thompson.
Joseph S. Frick.
Rojan Tawari.
Abigail L. Fryer.
Riviere A. Torres Negron.
Tegan P. Garber.
Noah Y. V. Tabul.
Mason L. Rankin.
Ryan N. Turner.
Emma F. Gardner.
Zerai May Marie Underwood.
Brittany J. Garner.
Phoenix A. Valent.
Cheyenne R. Garner.
Savannah J. Valentine.
Hannah R. Gay.
Sarah D. Valentine.
Jackson T. Geisel.
Kaylee R. Vandermark.
Akariti Gamire.
Kai N. Vargas.
Joshua W. Gillen.
Ariel A. Vogel.
Camille V. Gonsalves Silva.
Monroe D. Vroman.
Lincoln A. Gavelovich.
Anne M. Vu.
Bryson T. Gray.
Mateo Vukovic.
Xander M. Greenfield.
Amaya M. Walker.
Andrew C. Grigsby.
Javion X. Walker.
Josephar I. Waranda Chulk.
Amaya S. Wallace.
Naomi R. Garingo.
Olivia T. Wally.
Anjana Gurung.
Garrett D. Weaver.
Prayash Gurung.
Joshua A. Weaver.
Luis A. Guzman.
Jackson C. Wentz.
Danica M. Haynes.
Maria R. White.
Maddie G. Harhai.
Finley J. Williams.
Luke R. Hartzell.
Jasmine I. E. Williams.
Rashid J. Hafsey.
Owen A. Wilt.
Abdul J. Hafsey.
Kaori L. Wolf.
Ion S. Hassan.
Jude I. Wolf.
Noor A. Hassan.
Alok Yadav.
Isabella M. Hassinger.
Jonas O. York.
Jaden R. Heckard.
Kalana A. Young.
Evan J. Herb.
Damian G. Zarcone.
Leah M. Herb.
Tyler J. Zara.
Angel D. Hernandez Lazada.
Sophia J. Zelai.
Michaela J. Hoffman.
Ashlyn G. Zeiters.
Isaac A. Holland.
Leah G. Russignolo.
Zachary N. Hostler.
John P. Hartman.
Carlos Josean.
Jackson P. Griswold.
Destiny L. Huntley. Christian J.C. Hyde. Kitiara Irwin. Kalea Jaycox. Malachi N. Broden.
For over 10 years, the class of 2026 has worked hard, and today we converge for one final time. I would like my fellow graduates to please rise. By walking across the stage and receiving your diplomas, your educational course at Cedar Cliff High School is concluded. I now ask that all graduates follow my lead this time as I lead the tassel turning from the right side to the left side of my cap. Congratulations, class of 2026. Please be seated. I ask now that the audience join us in singing the Alma Mater, led once again by the senior members of the Cedar Cliff Chamber Singers. Please honor our class by remaining at your seats until all the participants in today's ceremony have recessed out of the complex. On behalf of the senior class of 2026, I thank you all very much for attending the 67th commencement ceremony. Please have a wonderful day.
Thy name revered,
sure it's my box?